Hello everyone. So today we're going to talk about border count method and what it is and kind of a little bit of a shortcut of how we're going to calculate it so it doesn't take us as much time to tally up our points. The idea behind border count method is we're going to assign points based on the place that each candidate is ranked in. So for example, if we look at our preference schedule right here, we have our total number of voters across the top, and we have, so these 5 people right here voted A, D, C, and B. So each candidate is going to get points based on which place they're in. So if they're in last place, we're going to start with last place and we're going to give them 1 point because we have to give them something, but we don't really want to give them the most points because they're in last place. Then we're going to move up and we're going to go to the third choice is going to be 2 points. And then the second place is going to be 3 points. And we have 4 candidates, so our top choice is going to be worth 4 points. So if we have these 5 people are assigning A 4 points, D is going to get 3 points, and C is going to get 2 points. So we're going to multiply that 5 by 4, 5 times 3, 5 times C, and then the 5 times the B's points. So instead of writing it all out, tallying up our points, we could create our whole table. We're going to do this the shortcut way. So we're going to start with A. So if we look at A is in this first column right here. A is in our first place choice. So A is going to have 5 times, so 5 people are giving A 4 points. So we're going to do 5 times 4 points. Now if we just go ahead and move over to this second column. So in the second column we have 6 people or 6 voters that ranked B, C, D, and A. So they put A in last place. So A is only going to get 1 point each for each of these 6 people. When we have the third column, we have A right here in the second place, or in the third place. So we're going to have 3 times 2 points. Then we're going to have 2 times 3 points. And lastly, these 4 people over here voted A as their third choice. So we're going to have 4 people times 2 points each. When we type this straight into our calculator, it'll give us our answer. And we'll go over that in a minute, how to type it in the calculator. So now we're done with A. So now let's move on and we're going to do the same thing for B. So if we look at B, B is also going to have 5 voters in this first column and it's going to be in some place. In this first column right here, B is in 4th place, so it only gets 1 point. So we're going to go ahead and do our shortcut. We know we're going to have 6 people in this column. We're going to have 3 people who voted in this column. And then we're going to have 2 and 4. You notice a little bit of a pattern we have here. This will save us some time once we actually get into the calculator of how we're supposed to type it in the calculator without having to sit there and type in all these numbers. So C is going to be the same thing. We're going to have a 5 times some number of points, a 6, a 3, a 2, and a 4. And the same thing here, 5, 6, 3, 2, and 4. So now all we need to do is look at B. So if we look at B, in the second column, B is in first place. So B is going to get 4 points. In the third column, B is in first place, so it gets 4 points. In the fourth column, B is in last place, so these 2 people only give B 1 point, and B is also in last place here, so it only gets 1 point. Now we're going to do the same thing for C. So C gets 2 points, then C gets 3 points, then C gets 1 point, C gets 4 points, and then lastly C gets 3 points. And for D, we have 3 points, then we have 2 points, then we have 3 points, 2 points, and lastly 4 points. Now we're going to switch over to our calculator and type these in. Okay, now that we have our calculator open, what we're going to do is we're going to type in A. So with A, we had 5 people gave A 4 points. Then we added 6 people gave A 1 point. Then we had 3 people gave A 2 points, 2 people, 3 points, and then the last 4 people gave A 2 points. So when we type this in, we can type it in just like that and hit enter. It gives us our total is 46. So that's the number of points that A gets. Now, instead of having to type all of these numbers back in, remember that 5, 6, 3, 2, and 4 stayed the same for every candidate. So we're going to hit this button right here called second, and then we're going to go over to entry. So if you notice, the yellow button second gives us all of these yellow keys on our calculator. So we want the entry that we typed in last. Now we can use our arrow keys to go back, and we can just change these numbers. So for B, we only had 1 point from these people. Then we had 4 points, 4 points, 1 point, and 1 point. When we just hit enter, it gives us our tally is 47. So now again, we can hit the second enter button to get our last entry and go back, and instead of what we had for A or for B, we're going to type in a 2, then our 3, then our 1, 4, and 3, which gives us a total tally of 51 points for C. Then we're going to do it one more time for D. We're going to go all the way back. We have 5 times 3, 6 times 2, 3 times 3, 2 times 2, and 4 times 4, which gives us a total of 56 points for D. So now that we have all of our points for each of our candidates, we have 46, 47, 51, and 56. The person who has the highest number of points is going to be our winner using the border count method. So in this case, D has the highest number of points with 56 points. So D is our winner.